pilots. As you may have all heard, during our escort missions yesterday, a group of pirates attacked the transport Aurora. Several pirates successfully escaped from the engagement. Despite the confirmed pirate presence in the system, we are going to continue with our training as scheduled. If you encounter pirates or any hostiles during your training flights, you are not to engage without direct orders. We are short of tasks in this sector at the moment, so you will be assigned to a different class of fighter for a few training missions. Some of you guys will fly the F-86C Hellcat 5, a wonderful multi-purpose fighter which you will fly a lot in the future. Others will get to fly the F-66B Thunderbolt 7, a heavy fighter that can absorb and dish out severe pain. Upon launch, we will fly to the nearest asteroid belt. We will then use the asteroids for target practice, but, and hear me well, do not fire any missiles without permission. Every missile you fire without my express say-so will be taken out of your pay. Those things aren't cheap, and the taxpayers don't like paying for trainees who get trigger happy.
Exclamation, everybody, and welcome back to Wing Commander Saga. We're picking up where we left off.
This is Wellington Control, Alpha Wing. You're cleared and may launch anytime.
Alright, let's kick this puppy in gear here. We are in a Thunderbolt 7, which is a bomber in the Wing Commander universe, at least in Wing Commander 3 and 4.
You know, this is very depressing. We're stuck here without any action or Kilrathi. There's nothing interesting in this system at all.
Don't get down about it, man. Just do what I do in these kinds of situations. Imagine you're on a beach somewhere, soaking in the sunshine, drinking in the ocean breeze, surrounded by the sounds of summertime and lots, and I mean lots, of beautiful women.
Hey, thanks for reminding me. The last time I was on a beach, I was 17 and had a wonderful time with this amazing girl. She was a redhead, very smart and very exciting. I wonder where she is now.
Sounds nice. Last time I was on a beach, I spent the whole day meditating on the waves. It was very serene.
Yeah, the last time I was on a beach I was with Ninja. While he was busy contemplating nature, I was busy keeping all the women company.
Why does that not surprise me?
Hey Major, do you have any nice beach and sunshine memories?
You know, Assassin, as a matter of fact, I do.
Ooh, I can't wait to hear it.
I remember my last R&R. I had orders from the ship psychologist to take some shore leave, relax, and work on getting control of my anger. He told me that as a squadron leader, I can't lead if I can't keep my temper in control. I came back from that leave feeling refreshed and much more in control of myself. I think I've been doing a lot better managing my anger since then.
Glad to hear you've got the whole anger management thing down, because if that's the case, then I guess it's okay to tell you what the ship's shrink told me what I need to work on. Said I need to stop using Major Ba's toothbrush to scrub the toilets. Although it gets them really clean. It will be pretty hard to give up that habit.
Oh yeah, I like that one. Good luck with that. Well, the ship psychologist told me that I need to stop charging my drinks to Major Pa's account.
So that was you guys? That's it! I'm gonna kick your sorry hind parts from here to Vega!
So, Major, how's that anger management thing going for you?
Just set course for Nav 1.
Hey, we're just messing with you. You know that, right?
It's how we show you how much we like you.
Proceed to next waypoint.
Much banter was had at the beginning of the mission. Now, one of the issues here, because this engine doesn't have a sort of cutscene ability, so per se, you know, like a bar or something like that, like you would have in any other games.
Major, we're nearing the asteroid field.
Roger. Flight. Arm full guns. Let's have some target practice.
Arming guns.
Use just your guns. As I said before, if you fire any missiles, they'll come out of your pay. Keep an eye on your shielding. Now destroy some asteroids, pilots.
Okay, got it. Since there is no...
Wow, this thing's firepower is completely different from the Arrow. I'm just ripping apart these asteroids like butter.
No sluggish from me, man. I'll take an arrow over anything, any day.
Yeah, same here. This Hellcat's just slowing me down.
That's why you two are here. You guys need to diversify your skill sets. Wait, I've got something on the comm channel. Patching it through.
Major, this is Wellington Control. One of our Hellcat patrols picked up a signal and went in all by themselves to stir up trouble without calling for backup. They are now under attack by an overwhelming number of pirates not far from your position.
Wellington Control, who are the pilots?
Captain Burton and Lieutenant Cooper, Pink, and Hornaday.
Jeez, what was Burton thinking? He had orders.
Captain Burton reported that Lieutenant Cooper peeled off from formation and engaged without orders. Captain Burton ordered the rest of the wing to attack to allow Cooper to withdraw, but then the fighting became too intense.
Wellington, we will assist them. Heading to nav 2. Activate the autopilot.
Proceed to next waypoint.
Oh, these damn kids trying to make a name for themselves. As I was saying, because this engine doesn't have like a bar, sort of system in it, they've had to put a lot of these cutscenes, a lot of this character development, actually into the missions, which is both good and bad.
Alright, we're closing in on their last known position. Now this is real, kids, so stay sharp. This is Major Boz. Bravo Flight, where are you guys?
Good to hear from you, Major. This is Bravo Flight. We are heavily engaged.
Burton, get your wing out of there. Withdraw to our position at once.
There's too many of them. We can't withdraw without exposing ourselves to enemy fire. I've got it under control, guys. I've already killed 3 of them. Just keep them off my back and watch me go. I'm on my way to ace in a day. What do you think about that, Markham?
Cooper, don't be an idiot. Captain Burton, we are moving to assist.
Make it fast, Major. Wait, I've got a missile closing. It's moved right past the countermeasures. This is Floyd, taking out Captain Burton. Time for some payback. Come get some.
Champ, back off. You're gonna get us all killed.
They got nothing on. What was that?
They killed Champ. He's dead. We're getting swarmed.
That's 2 pilots down. Burton and Cooper are down.
I'm reading a pirate cap ship. Also detecting a swarm of racers and demons.
Sandman, pay attention. This is what happens when you get overconfident. You end up dead. And worse, you end up getting other people killed.
Yes, sir.
We'll talk about it later. We've got 2 pilots still out there who are put in a bad situation by no fault of their own. Sass and Ninja, attack the pirate fighters.
No problem.
Gotcha. Hubler, Floyd, what's your status?
I'm pretty shot up.
Same here.
You two are to withdraw as soon as we make contact with the enemy. We'll occupy them long enough to let you slip away. Sandman, attack the Carnivan. I'm authorizing you to use your torpedo. I will cover you and take a shot if you miss.
Roger. Arming torpedo.
So before I talk about the things that are
I'll rip your
kind of limitations of the engine, let me talk about one of the good things that this engine does. Up in the right-hand corner there, you see my wingman list. And you'll notice that Bravo Wing has 2 pilots down now, which was timed with the actual scripted deaths that you witnessed. So that is one nice little. There's all these nice little tidbits of the engine that are really well done. Like the blast warnings, engine wash warnings, things of that nature. One of the limitations, though, is, as I said, there's no like interstitial scenes, like bar scenes, cut scenes, that kind of thing. So the fans have had to. Oh, jeez. All right. Well, perhaps I should pay more attention to what I'm doing. I managed to kill it, though. All right, we're back, and I am very close to firing my torpedo. And this kind of this highlights what I was about to talk about here, which is the disadvantage to
One pirate frigate down.
not having sort of interstitial character or interstitial areas, inside the ship and whatnot, where you can go to to the pilot's lounge and talk to the pilots and things like that, like you have in the other Wing Commander games, is that they have to do all their character development in space during a mission, and it's awesome the first time around, but
Yeah,
it's
well, I hate playing Hellcats even more.
extremely painful the second and third and fourth time around. As I've just demonstrated here, this is my second time in the mission, and I've cut out a whole lot, just getting back to where I was. But essentially, all those cutscenes, all that dialogue, I should say, that happened at the very beginning, happens all over again each time. You just start the mission over from the very beginning. There's no saving going on during the middle. There's no checkpoints, those kinds of things. That wears on you pretty thin, pretty quickly. Especially when you get all the way to the end of a mission that's pretty long, and you get completely blown out of the water and have to go through all that stuff all over again. That's one of the reasons why I got frustrated with this game and sort of put it back on the shelf for a while. I'm hoping that I can get past some of my frustrations this time around and really get through this whole game, and because I have a feeling that it's going to have a great story, and it melds in with the canon. I mean, obviously all we're doing right now is fan-made stuff. It's not canon, but from what I understand, it ties in pretty well with all the canon stuff, and so far that's held true. What I'm facing right now, these pirates, they're in demons and occasionally razors. This is a demon I'm going up against right now. But you saw on the last mission some razors that I went up against. This they were, as I mentioned, first introduced in Wing Commander Privateer, and they were favored both by the pirates in that game and also the what was the name of them? The retros. So there's like 3 factions that happen sort of on the periphery of these games. Obviously the pirates, who are out for their own good. The retros, which were introduced in Wing Commander Privateer, which was a group of religious zealots who believed that technology was the root of all the evils in the universe, and it was why the Kilrathi were sent to sort of destroy us. That they were a sign that we were too reliant on technology, and so they ironically used technology to go fight the Confed and civilians and all that stuff to try to remove technology from the equation. So that's a group that you see mostly in the Gemini sector, which is where Privateer takes place. This is the Vega sector, as you've heard already. Earlier in this mission, you heard Boz talk about Vega system. Vega system is the capital of the Vega sector. It is not in this quadrant where Oberon is, but it is in a nearby quadrant, several jumps away. So that sort of brings you up to speed about the other faction that was brought up mostly in Wing Commander 2 for the most part was the Mandarins. Now the Mandarin faction, basically their belief is that Confed can't win this war. The humans cannot win this war at all. The only way to survive and to keep the human race going is to join with the Kilrathi at any cost.
Well, looks like that's it for the pirates.
Good job, people. Especially you, rookie.
Thank you, sir.
Sandman, remember this. In war, people die. It's an everyday reality. The real tragedy is when people die when they didn't have to. That's what happened here today. Cooper's arrogance killed both him and Burton. What a waste. We'll have to complete Bravo's flight patrol. Let's move on to Nav 3.
Proceed to next waypoint.
Oh, very good. Let's see what the next waypoint has in store for us.
There's nothing here, sir.
Wait, I'm picking up multiple disturbances at the jump point.
How many?
I'm picking up 8 capital ships. One of them's a carrier. It's a big one, too.
Hey, relax. It's Confederation. Our guys, you know?
Unidentified fighters, this is the TCS Kennedy requesting your identification codes.
Roger that, Kennedy. Transmitting codes.
Okay, your codes check out. What's going on, guys?
We just had a tangle with some pirates, including a frigate. We took out the trash. How about you?
We're here for resupply.
Really? Here?
Yeah, well, orders are orders, I guess.
Of course.
You guys seem to be low on fuel and weapons. Why don't you land on our deck? We'll fill you up and reload you in case you run across any more pirates on the way back home. Our zombie wolf squadron will keep stuff quiet for the time being.
Sure. We'll take you up on that offer.
No problem. Thanks for all the help you guys have been doing to support us heavy carriers on the front. You are clear to land.
You heard the lady. Land at the Kennedy for rearm and refuel.
Mission complete.
We're getting a nice little treat here. The TCS Kennedy is one of the last remaining heavy carriers in Confed's fleet. Most of the fleet now are the older, as you saw, like the Wellington, the older light carriers. Wing Commander 3, you actually fly off of the Victory, which is also pretty much about as old as the Wellington, and also a light carrier. So the heavy carriers are almost completely wiped out, annihilated in this time period because of just the long period that the war has dragged on for. They're also the most technologically advanced of the carriers, so big losses there for the fleet. They're also considered to be fleet carriers because of that.
Very nice work, Sandman. Not bad for your first time in a Thunderbolt. Now that we are back on the Wellington, you can stop drooling. Only the very best and most experienced pilots are assigned to the fleet's new Lexington-class heavy carriers. You've got a long way to go before you qualify for that kind of service. We lost 2 men today because of one pilot's mistake. Lieutenant Cooper ignored the order not to engage without orders and backup. He wanted some kills for himself. In doing so, he needlessly endangered himself and the 3 other pilots in his wing. Now he and his wing leader, a veteran pilot, are dead. I want you to take Burton and Champ's death as a lesson. When you see numbers beyond your abilities, you call in for backup. You do not light your afterburners in an attempt to find some glory. Unlike what you have seen in the holovids, there are no heroes out there. Don't get so confident in your own abilities that you underestimate your enemies. That is the quickest way to get outfitted with a coffin. The funeral is tomorrow at 0900. Uniform will be Class A dress blues. Be there.
Indeed, sir, indeed. Let's see what my statistics are here. I'm just, also a little note, I forgot to set my controls correctly again, so hopefully I'll remember next time.
Morning, people. If you were not aware, the TCS Kennedy was in the system this morning to replace her combat losses. We have transferred the Hellscream Squadron, the Longbow Bombers, and 2 escorts over to them. They have moved on and left us with a little conundrum. On their way to the rendezvous, the Kennedy recon fighters detected a strange signal in the far reaches of this system. The Wellington's own long-range sensors have also picked up a series of electromagnetic signals in that vicinity. We know something is out there, but can't identify it. With the Hellscream Squadron gone, our junior squadron's proficiency in the Arrow has tagged us as the Wellington's eyes and ears. My flight will fly a scout mission that will bring us to the edge of the Wellington scanner range. The rest of the Diamondbacks, under direct command of Colonel Mitchell, will initiate a long-range cap around the carrier, just in case whatever is out there happens to have hostile intentions. You know what to do, so do it. Dismissed.
Alright, let's go see if we can find out what this signal is, and whether it's friend or foe.
Alpha, you're cleared for launch. Go solve the mystery for us.
And we're in an Arrow, so we'll be nice and maneuverable for a little while. Whereas the Thunderbolt was
You think
pretty much
the signal
slow.
could be a result of more pirate activity, Major?
We don't have enough data yet to even make an educated guess.
What do we do if we find another concentration of pirates?
We'll report back to the Wellington and put together a proper strike. This is not a search and destroy mission. Let's get to it, gentlemen.
Proceed to next waypoint.
Okay, very well. Let's see what this nav point has in store for us. Should probably talk a little bit about the Oberon system itself and why a bunch of trainees are out here getting trained up by vets.
We are currently at the far edge of the Wellington sensor range, beginning long-range scan. I don't see anything out of the ordinary.
Major, did you get that?
Get what, Sandman?
I got something on my radar. What? Wait, it's gone now.
I didn't see it. Can anyone else confirm a contact?
I saw something.
Negatory. I've got nothing on radar.
2 of us had a contact, so it's probably not just a ghost in the machine. Keep your eyes peeled.
Here it is again. I have a significant sensor return, bearing 167, long range. Looks like the signal's large enough to be a cap ship, maybe cruiser size.
I knew I saw something.
Confirmed. It's on my scope too, Major.
Okay, let's check it out. I'm adjusting the next nav point to move us in for a closer look. Let's go.
Proceed to next waypoint.
Interesting little side note here is that this is one of those missions in the prologue that's been revamped, because I remember doing this before, but there was a nebula here, and the nebula was sort of clouding a lot of your signals.
Wait a second. It's gone. The contact is gone from my scope. Does anyone else have it?
Nope, I lost it too.
Nothing here. I confirm the target is not registering.
Let's proceed to the last coordinates we had for the contact.
Proceed to next waypoint.
Okay, going. Feel like we're going around in circles here a bit. But let's see what is at the end of this reign.
Here we are, and there's nothing to see.
What do you think it could have been? That was a pretty large target. Could it be the pirates?
Doesn't seem likely. Pirates generally don't have any capital ships bigger than a frigate.
My radar's picking up another contact.
I see it too. Looks like the contact we saw earlier, but this time it's in a different location.
Okay, so how could something the size of a cruiser disappear from here and then just mysteriously appear in a different location?
I'm sure there's a logical explanation. Let's go over there and see what we can see.
Oh, I can give you a logical explanation. We're being led around, getting cornered here so that we can be pounced on. That is the only logical explanation that I can come up with. Ooh, that is bright.
Arrived at the location.
No one here to greet us.
That's weird. I'm still reading the contact. Wait. The radar contact just vanished off my scope again.
I'm getting sick of this wild goose chase.
Major, could it be stealth fighters of some sort?
Maybe, Sandman. The thing is, fighters normally don't emit electronic signals that big.
There it is again. Contact now bearing 90 degrees off our starboard side. The same size, big enough to be a cap ship.
Great. More ghosts. Just what I always wanted.
Don't let yourself get confused or frustrated. Our job is to find the location of this bogey. Fly to the next waypoint.
Proceed to next waypoint.
Alright. A little tidbit of information. The Oberon system is sparsely populated, and the star that was just brightly in our eyes there is a red giant. Or red dwarf, I mean.
Huh. Looks like we might be onto something. We're getting closer and the contact's still there.
Hey Ninja, wanna bet that the contact's going to fade out? I bet that it is. 100 credits say so.
Hey, wait. My bet was that it will fade out too. There's no way I'm betting it will stay.
Any second now. It'll fade out and I'll be 100 credits richer.
Guys.
Hey, what's there to bet on when we both have the same thoughts? It's not fair, man.
Guys.
Not now, Sandman. We're trying to figure out the bet.
There's no bet to figure out. I'm not betting. Freaking con man. Jeez, man.
Guys, that contact's now breaking into several separate ones.
What the? Oh, crap!
Artifacts reading negative.
Computer reads targets as Kilrathi, Dark Cat class.
Ninja Assassin. Looks like both of you lose the bet. I guess I'm the default winner.
Major, I'm picking up 4 more Dark Cats behind us. They are inbound on our 6.
I think we've been duped.
Heads up, Dark Cats in front of us are accelerating to attack speed.
We're right between the hammer and the anvil.
Jeez, it's a whole freaking Kilrathi fighter squadron gunning for us.
Suckered us into following fake signals away from the carrier. All fighters, break and attack. We'll have to fight our way out of here.
We'd better let the Wellington know.
Roger that. Wellington Control. We have contact with Kilrathi forces. DCS Wellington. This is Major Boss from Diamondback Squadron. Come in. Over.
Wellington Control, this is Aero Patrol from Diamondback Squadron. Wellington Control, come in, dang it!
The comms are getting through. They must be jamming us.
I see the reason. Look at that fighter lingering far away. Targeted.
You mean that Vaktov?
You're almost right, Sandman. That's a Zartov. One of their new electronic warfare craft, built on a Vaktov chassis.
You know what? I think I get it now. It was that Zartok that broadcasted those fake signals, and then once we were out of range of the carrier, it started jamming our comms.
Wow, Ninja, you're a genius.
What can I say? The days to stay in school.
Mission objectives updated. Destroy the Kilrathi fighter squadron and the Zartov.
I'll try not to say I told you so, boss. Yep, we are fighting these Darkettes. Our first encounter with some Kilrathi in the game. And Darkettes are their light fighters. Very maneuverable, but also relatively easy to take down. Although, if you're watching what I'm watching here, it's not. My skills are not quite up to speed sometimes here. So I think I said a little bit earlier that the Oberon system's not in the same quadrant as Vega, but that is wrong. It is actually. Vega is in this quadrant, the Douglas quadrant, which is where the Oberon system lies. Also, another one that people who have played Wing Commander games might recognize, Port Hedland, is also in this quadrant. So the Oberon system is very sparsely populated. It's kind of a backwater system. Oberon 3 is really the main settlement area. It's barely habitable. There's some biospheres on the planet. They're trying to terraform it, but they sort of ran out of money, so it's kind of in a weird state there. It's very odd to find Kilrathi in this system.
What are you doing,
there we go.
Check your 6.
It's very odd to find Kilrathi in this system because it's not a very highly strategic value system. The 2 jump points out of here are to Eddings and Able. Both of those are not very...
So much for the ambush. Man, we're good.
The area is clean. We can relax a bit.
Wellington Control, come in. Over. Still no response, even with the jamming gone. That's not good.
What's happening?
I'm not sure, but I'm guessing it's trouble. Okay, full power to engines. Set autopilot to home base. But spare the fuel for the afterburners. We may still need it.
Proceed to next waypoint.
Alright. The Oberon system makes for a good system to train pilots in. Because, again, it's not very high value for the Kilrathi, so you're not really supposed to find them here. It's also, the jump points don't go anywhere useful either. It's not in a main jump corridor.
Thank God you're here, Alpha Wing. We're in serious trouble.
Where's everyone else?
Most of our fighters got wiped down the first attack wave. We'll fill you in later. We need to work on defending the Wellington. Watch out for the Guthrie. They're carrying torpedoes.
We're not afraid of you, Cat. It's your turn to be afraid.
Got red light
charge of the Wellington's fighter wing.
No. All of the crap is hitting the fan right now. We're also fighting some Gothry here. These are old holdover ships. They're pretty much on the outs as far as the Kilrathi go. They've been replaced. These are their old bombers. They've been replaced with. Oh, we're losing escorts here. They've been replaced by the Paktan bombers for the most part. These Gothry are really, you see them back in the days of Wing Commander 1 and 2 mostly as their primary bombers. And this guy just fired off some torpedoes, and I can't get to it fast enough. So this the Erickson. There goes the Erickson. Oh well. Can only do so much.
Tighten up, people!
You killed my sister. You killed my friends. You've taken all I'll let you take. This ends here, you Utaks!
Ooh, somebody is pissed.
I'm breaking up. David, I'm sorry.
Angela, no!
Yeah, don't fight angry, Angela. Don't fight angry. Just end up dead. So let me finish my spiel about the Oberon system here. We are in the Vega sector. Vega sector is where all of the front lines are. However, the Douglas Quadrant and the what is it? The day quadrants. I had to take a moment to think of it there. The Douglas and the day quadrants are the furthest away from the front lines. Some of the things you'll recognize from the day quadrant. Day quadrant was where we spent the majority of Wing Commander 1 and some of Wing Commander 2 in. So that's like Enyo, McAlpha, Hell's Kitchen
That's all the
systems.
cats. We beat it. Who's still with us? All fighters, report in.
This is Ninja, standing by.
Assassin reporting in.
This is Hubler. I'm with you.
This is Floyd. I'm still functional.
Sandman?
This is Sandman. I'm here.
Anyone else? Just the 6 of us then.
Not picking up any escape pods. All pilots of Lost Fighters are assumed KIA.
Alpha Wing. Land for rearm and refitting. One more thing. Watch out for the fires on the flight deck.
Mission complete.
Well, we're in a world of hurt here, aren't we? So we've lost our escorts. We're out in the midst of the Oberon system here, and there's definitely a Kilrathi force around, which is unusual. So we're gonna have some problems here. And look at the look at how damaged and deteriorated the interior looks here from all the fires. Holy crap, man! I want to go back onto the Kennedy.
Pilots, things could be better to say the least. Today was an exercise in Murphy's Law. While we were out chasing ghosts, the Wellington was attacked by squadrons of Kilrathi fighters. The Kilrathi must have been watching us for a while. They attacked us just after we offloaded half our fighter wing. The bastards hit us when we were most vulnerable. We don't have time to give honors to our many comrades who died today. We will attend to that when the crisis is past. For now, we need to work on surviving. We have beaten back the first wave, but sustained heavy damage. Our engines are only able to function at a fraction of their power. With Lieutenant Colonel Mitchell's death, and the losses incurred in the last conflict, all we have left are a trio of combat veterans and a handful of you youngsters, along with the fighters that the techs are working on bringing up to speed. We have 4 arrows and 2 thunderbolts left. That means we don't have enough strength to project our firepower. All of us are needed to provide cover for the Wellington. We are making the best time our engines will allow to the Eddings jump point, trying to retreat toward Westland, the last known position of the Kennedy battle group. It is likely the Kilrathi have other forces in the system, so we can expect them to try to intercept us. Stay alert and ready to fight. Dismissed.
Alright, let's see what we got next here.
We finally got long-range scanners partially online, only to find that the probable origin of the Kilrathi attack is a lot closer than we'd like. We are detecting at least one unknown contact in the system, but the damage to our sensors and enemy ECM is preventing us from getting an accurate reading on the size, strength, or precise location of the force in question. Unfortunately, if push comes to shove, we have no strike capability to counter a large enemy force as we unloaded our longbows to the Kennedy. We've sent a distress call to any nearby Confed forces, but there's been no response. We can only assume that any other vessels close enough to assist us have either been destroyed or did not receive our distress call through the Kilrathi jamming. With our engines partially repaired, we are still making time to the Eddings jump point. We can't outrun anything in our current condition, but with any luck, we can pursue a course that will allow us to evade the Kilrathi. We will launch all remaining fighters to escort the Wellington out of the system. Alpha will consist of myself and Sandman. Bravo will be Assassin and Ninja. Hubler and Floyd will be Charlie, flying Thunderbolts. Evasion is our best chance for survival, so we will take an indirect route to the jump point. We will escort the Wellington through navs 1, 2, and 3. The jump point out of here is at nav 4. It is likely that the Kilrathi will have some sort of capital ship at the jump point, so the Thunderbolts should try to save the torpedoes until then. There's no room for error, people. We are a damaged carrier with fewer fighters than a destroyer. We are a very tempting target for the Cats. Do all you can to make sure we aren't an easy one. Godspeed.
And we retreat to Eddings next time.